My name is Paulina Carrico, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about using technology in the classroom and some ways it can be used to accommodate students with disabilities. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about iPads, computers, and smartboards. Many students in inclusion classrooms use iPads. They are used as communication devices for many nonverbal students. Prolo Quo to Go is an example of an app that students use on the iPad, and this allows them to type words or phrases, which the iPad then verbalizes or speaks. There are also picture symbols with text, which allows students to choose a word and then press it to verbalize it. Again, this is great for students who are nonverbal or would benefit from having a list of phrases and words in front of them to choose from. Dinosaur Math Dots is another iPad app where students can add, subtract, multiply, or divide to complete a connect the dots puzzle. Students are given a math question, and if they answer correctly, a new line is connected. After all questions are answered correctly, a dinosaur picture is formed. Questions are all multiple choice, and if a student gets the question wrong, they are able to continue choosing answers until they find the correct one. In addition to Dinosaur Connect the Dots, there is also a princess version of the same app. Kids Storybooks is a free app for the iPad that reads stories aloud. There are many audiobooks for students to choose from. It's not a computer-generated voice, like many audiobooks, which is beneficial for students because it's much easier to understand. In addition to reading the book aloud, text for the book is also provided for students to follow along. They can touch illustrations on the book and stars or other images show up on the screen. Stories are short, so students won't become bored. This is beneficial for those students who are visually impaired or would benefit more from listening to the story rather than reading it themselves. Students are using computers. Text can also be read aloud to them on many websites and within Microsoft Word. Again, this benefits those students who are visually impaired or would benefit from text being read aloud instead of reading. The one downside is that often the text is read aloud in a computer-generated voice, and the pronunciation of certain words isn't always accurate. A type of interactive whiteboard that many classrooms have today are smartboards. A smartboard is a touchscreen device, much like a giant computer screen, that students can write on with an interactive pen or their fingers. Students can also drag and move objects using the interactive pen. For those students who cannot grip a pencil, writing with one's finger can be a huge benefit. Teachers can also convert just about any Word document, PDF file, PowerPoint file, etc. into the Smartboard software program, which is called Smart Notebook. In Smart Notebook, teachers are able to create lessons where students can move pictures, text, and really anything else on the screen. At the same time, the teacher can lock images and text into place, so students cannot move parts of the text and images on a page. It's up to the teacher and what students will need. Another great feature is the use of interactive remote controls on the smartboard. These remotes allow students to answer questions that the teacher creates. I've personally found that using interactive remote controls is a benefit. These remote controls, which look and feel like a TV remote, are linked to the smartboard, and every student has their own. I'm able to ask questions, and students are able to answer A, B, C, or D. Answers are collected instantly and tallied as a percentage. For example, if the answer to a question is A, I will see which students chose A and which chose another answer. From this, I can have a discussion with the class about their answers. There are also remotes that are color-coded for those students who would benefit from that. Instead of pressing A, B, C, or D on a remote, students could press yellow, blue, green, etc. Teachers can also teach morning meeting using a smartboard. Examples are having students come up to the board and putting the days of the week in order, telling the class what the weather for that day is, inserting a hyperlink to the Pledge of Allegiance, and asking a class question of the day, which can be tallied right on the board. What can be done is limitless. Thank you for viewing my video. I hope everyone was able to take something from this and learn something new.